This conference will now be recorded.
Calling the Board of Trustees work session meeting to order at 6:03 p.m. So moved. All in favor? All right. I just preface, I'm gonna jump around a little bit on this agenda because we have some things that tie into the budget that we're gonna do a little later, but we're gonna start with code vehicle repair. So I have that.
What's wrong with it?
It's
It's the old one, right?
it's
Not
the
the
old
new
one. The old one is, do you have it, Jess, or do you want me to read it?
What?
The code vehicle?
Oh, yes, they sent it to me like after hours, so.
I have it.
Do you?
Yeah.
I have it here.
Today or something?
Yeah, and then it was wrong, so then I had to email them back. And
You have it?
yeah, I'm gonna pull it up. She had to resend it, and I'm like, that's the wrong number. She's like, I had to cross it, whole thing. Where is she? So the code card needed a few things. One was so the most important things is there was like a check engine light on, the headlight's not working, and it needed like some wiper blades. In order to fix that, the headlight is more than just a replacement headlight. It was some part inside was melted. The total for that came to $656.96. Then the other repair is the let's see, the control arm and the wheel alignment. There's something with the chassis and the control arm that it's not in alignment with how the car brakes with the wheels. This is $1,280.68. That includes a wheel alignment. I spoke to the guy. He said, like, this is something, if they want to have the car for a year, maybe consider fixing. If it's a few months, you don't have to.
If you don't get a wheel alignment, you're gonna need 4 new tires,
Well, yeah,
which is gonna be
it's
more
gonna need new
expensive.
tires at some
It's
point.
gonna need new tires. It's at
I
the
mean,
end
it
of
hasn't
its
gotten to
tire
this
life
point.
and anyway, but.
Yeah,
So,
but so
How many
that's-
miles are on that car? You know?
not as many as you would think. Dave
no,
might
'cause
know.
It's purely, yeah,
It's-
he has them in his log. I can go ask him. Oh wait, odometer in 64,771. I'm sorry. Yep, 1,280.68. I have to think. That's like for the proposed, but the real, the things they need in order to pass an inspection, and the other was, obviously the headlight not working. That was the $656.
All right, so we're looking at around what, 2,000 in the neighborhood of?
Yeah,
Um,
thank you.
so this is the same song and dance we do with this car. We can't really, we're not gonna necessarily plan for a new one, and it's actually lasted a lot longer than I thought it was going
Yeah, and
to.
these are all like different repairs.
These are all like,
whatever. Yeah, this
It's
is
normal, wear
Yeah,
and tear a
I think
car.
it's fine.
This is not
Okay.
like-
So you want to go forward with everything?
Yeah.
Or just a bare minimum?
Yeah,
no,
Is
just,
this the same guy up the road?
No, not that one. They no longer use them.
What do they use now?
MSW in Port Joe Station, right?
yeah, not
Yeah.
what I
I'm outside. They've been,
Oh, yeah.
They've been good.
They go there for their inspections and oil change and everything. They've been good so far. All
okay,
right, so then the board will approve.
we'll approve it. I think I put a not to exceed
Yeah.
amount, right? Okay.
Perfect.
Probably not to exceed 2,000.
I think I gave it a little bit more just in case there was like,
Something.
windshield wiper fluid or something along the line. It was,
Yeah, like, and see, like, here, how she gives us the estimates for all this, but then here she,
there are the resolutions.
you know what I mean?
You know how many miles are on that car?
65,000.
65,000.
65,000.
61 or 65,000 somewhere.
It's 65. 64 and change, so I rounded it up.
Yeah, so she,
All right, what do we do? We did, what was the number that I put in there? 2,100,
Yeah.
just to have an extra an extra $100 in case, so we don't have to have a special meeting to
over
approve,
10.
to approve windshield wipers. Okay, so that's done. Number 2, upcoming bids. So we haven't put out to it. I just want an approval to look at, but it's gonna require some trustee help. We've got tree trimming. So I think, Ray, is that you, tree trimming?
Yeah, I did it last
I think
year.
it was.
with you.
Yeah, no, it was him.
It's Ray,
Yeah,
right?
it was
All
Ray.
right, so
Which one
do
am I
you,
covering with
You
you?
were the con.
no, that was the year
No, you were the-
before.
Oh,
You
the
and I
year
did the
before,
drain,
I'm
I
sorry,
think. Yeah.
Switching the years, yeah.
All right, so if you wanna
Right, because I remember giving my stuff to Ray.
if you wanna, in the next week or two, come up with a list of what trees look like they need to come down. You know, they're gonna start blooming soon, so let's, and then you wanna put it out to bid.
Yeah, that's fine.
All right,
And we
should we
have-
do it in April, you think?
Doesn't
Cause it's,
Hurricane just do that?
No.
No,
You
we
have
have
to
to put it to
bid it? Oh, you
bid.
do.
Well, we have to get quotes.
Yeah.
We used to put a
Get
bid,
So-
so it depends on how much. And Ray, just, so you know, we have a running list of like ones that came in, you know.
Over
past
the
few
year.
months Too, so like, we'll just,
Well, yeah,
I'll send it to you and you can add to it.
Okay.
all right, street sweeping, I'm gonna actually, last year we had Dave, the handyman, do an assessment to see what was necessary, because it wasn't really necessary, but I think this year it may be necessary, at least in some spots, because we had a lot of snow and a lot of salt.
Well, we got comments on Facebook. I don't know if you saw them.
I did not.
Okay, so people asked.
Nobody came into the village with any comments, but that's
Okay.
all right. So I think we should I'm gonna have Dave do like an assessment, unless there's somebody who wants to do it instead of Dave.
I'll
I'm
do it
happy.
if Dave doesn't want me to.
Yeah,
wanna-
sure. So
Okay.
if you want to do it and give me the key points, I mean, just
Key streets, you want me to?
key streets, yeah, because there's certain areas like, you know, if it's a corner and it's not a lot, we'll have Dave blow it. But if it's excessive, then we
Okay, so
should have
like I
him
should
do.
be assessing whether Dave can handle it versus. having
Correct.
to have it.
Yeah, that'd be great.
Okay.
All right, potholes. Me
All
and
of
you.
us? All of us?
Me,
Everybody?
well, me, I really would rather have, I'd really rather have Dave do it, because he went over our cockamamie list and made it right last year. So can
You
you,
can go back to in front of my street. In front
Can-
of my driveway.
can you do that? Would you mind? I'll go with you.
You know, all again.
All right, that'd be great. And then drain cleaning, we're gonna take, we talked about this in the budget meeting, we're gonna take a little bit of a different approach. We're gonna have Dave give us the must-do drains instead of the standard ones that we have like a standard set of drains that we always do. I really want to only focus on the ones that need it, which we know it's going to be California. That's always a standard. The California, Washington, that area is always standard because of those 3 roads that converge. But otherwise, I think if they're like not
An issue.
not an issue, let's not even address it. Let's just do it as needed. I think we should give that a spin. Okay?
Yep.
All right, so we need to get, so,
We're gonna have
do you
a
want to
list of- we're
do,
gonna
do
have
you
a
want to
list
do
of-
drains with me?
Again, we're gonna have a list of which drains we're gonna be doing. Is that what you're gonna do?
Yeah, well,
Okay.
we have a map on, a drain map that we go with the vendors. And I'm gonna have Dave go measure, and then me and Jeremy will double do it, and then we'll come up with a list of what we want to do. With California being the exception that we are definitely doing regardless, because it always has to get done. All right. Settlecot update, I'm sticking in number 2A, because Chris, you had wanted to speak about it, and I didn't put it, I missed it on the agenda, so.
So, the settle cots are, we've given them permission now, and then we did a renewal last year. The only hangup they've been having is with DEC permitting and Army Corps of Engineers. So, right now, they're still in limbo on their permits in that regard. So they've made an additional request to be considered again for next year. They're hoping that it should be squared away because they've been working with those agencies now for in excess of a year, according to what I was told. So they're asking if we'll consider extending one more season just to finally get them in the water and allow them to use the area that we designated originally.
I think as long as they're still using the same area that we designated and everything's the same and all the permissions still there, I don't know why we would object unless anybody feels otherwise.
Any legal reason?
No.
No, okay.
Okay. So we would just,
There's other partners in that.
Yeah, there's, I think Kentucky
Cornelius.
Harbor Task Force is helping them. The Long Island Sea Grant is involved in some of the grant funding that was given out for that project. And then there's a number of other agencies. Town of Brookhaven had representatives here as well. So the meetings have been widely attended. I can give you a full roster if you'd like, but there's been a number of people. I think you actually stopped in one day.
Yes, I mentioned before, I'm the general counsel to Cornell Cooperative Extension in Suffolk County, and I think that they're somehow involved in this.
Yes, yeah, there's a number of people from various different agencies, and then they took out one of the boats from Port Jeff. They took out to, scope the area last time. That was a couple of months ago, and yeah, they're just waiting on the additional permitting. But I think it's, with all the agencies involved in it, all the people that are working on it, I think that the project is in really good hands, and it's a nice project for our area, and something that again will help cleaning the water, and also goes back to what the settle cuts traditionally did in this area. So I think it's worth getting them in the water, at least seeing, and they're not using any of the village parking or launch points, so it's all going out of Port Jeff. It's just our water.
All right, so we'll give them the opportunity. We'll renew it again.
And they have everything from
They
us.
have everything.
It's
We
not,
just-
I
I think we just need a new, yeah, but we need them to sign another
Yes,
document because it is dated.
yes, absolutely.
All right, so we'll do that. All right, perfect. Okay, new hires. We have hired Andrew Graham as the deputy building inspector. Keith Kellner had some medical stuff going on, and Andrew Graham works for the town of Brookhaven, and he is going to pick up Keith's with the exact same pay rate, same configuration as Keith Kellner.
Do you have
So
a resume for him?
Yeah, we have like an application and everything.
Please send it to everybody so they can see it.
Yeah, if you guys want to start seeing resumes, go for it.
yep, okay. right.
All
All right, and then we're gonna table the bid opening because I think we're gonna do that with the budget so we can get everything done. Tree removal registration. Jeremy, anything, any news on that? I know you were researching it.
Yeah, I was just trying to work it down to something applicable for the village. I think we're looking at proximity to property line, size of tree. I think we were waiting to see some of the information on the previous tree assessment for species trees, which I haven't seen yet, but
Somebody was supposed to send us that?
yeah, I think Roger was going to send it in.
I think we're gonna, let's look at our archives and see what we
Okay.
have and go with that, because I don't want to wait on
Sure.
a 15-year-old tree assessment.
Yeah.
Right? So if we didn't get anything yet,
Okay.
let's just, we'll
Move forward.
We'll
for
find
April.
out. I think we have stuff in our archives somewhere.
Okay.
So we'll find that and we'll do that.
Okay.
All right. Road paving, spring 2026. I got a number from Brookhaven for $119,000. That would be Harrison, complete. Silver Beach, complete. Singing Wood from Washington to meet the new paving at China. I think I prefaced this last time,
You
right?
guys did discuss this.
We
last
did
time.
this? Okay.
Same quote, same everything.
Okay, so I
Um,
mean,
Then we have to bid that out, don't we?
No.
No, you're gonna use the IMA with Brookhaven and the remaining bond funds.
Yeah.
And chips are gonna cover it.
so we did do it last month. I thought we did, but
I just didn't wanna,
I put it back on
yell it
because
out.
I didn't know if we had it or not. All right, no problem.
Yeah, you
Okay.
guys, I don't know if you have any other questions or anything to add, but
No,
That's where you're
I-
gonna.
When we talked about it, we had multiple bids and they didn't come in. You
No,
know,
that was the
yeah.
original road paving for Washington Adams.
that
and
was
China
last
done
year.
Last year. This one, because Brookhaven did such a good job and they come in cheaper than everyone else anyways, we don't have to do bid for.
We can
so-
just pick up their IMA,
They also have a small paving contract, so if you need to do small paving repairs.
like the potholes.
Close by square yard, well, yeah, yes and no. I don't know, it might be cheaper if you build the potholes or have them do it. They
To do
small
like
paving.
patches instead.
They do by the square yard and by the ton.
Okay. I did speak to Steve Tricarico. He's the supervisor there. What's his title, Dave? His real title? He's like,
Chief deputy,
he's the chief deputy, big shot. And I told him, because last year we spent a couple of $1,000s in excess because we had engineers come and they re-leveled the roads for the drainage and everything. So I think I would like them to kind of do a pass-through. So I'm going to propose that we approve it for 130,000, just so that we have extra in the event that we need it. I don't know if we're gonna need it.
That's a lot. If they bidded it out and quoted us 119, why we would give them extra money?
Well, I'm just saying not to exceed. I'm not saying that I'm gonna,
I understand that, but then if we agree on the 119 and that's what they did, it should, 120 should be, what are they coming up with that?
She's looking for drainage. She's saying, I don't know about the amount, but she's looking for the engineers to come in and just. make
I'm
sure
looking
that the road
to
is
have the
finished the
engineers
right way,
come,
that
right.
the water drains, so if they need to make any recommendations, it only takes an hour or two or whatever for them to come in and go, or maybe a little bit longer.
And last year, yeah.
They just come in and they'll go in, they'll put grade balls down for the paving company to come in and follow.
And then last year, what we wound up doing was we
It's not-
had
it's not for the
we
paving.
had drainage, we had some, they did do some changes.
So do we have a drainage problem?
No, I think it would be wise to, if we're gonna pave these roads, to make sure that everything is up to snuff before we,
Like a
before
general
we,
drainage
before
problem
we
on these
spend the
roads?
money.
No, I just mean on these roads,
Oh,
like,
on
do we
these
know
roads.
that there's a drainage
Not in-
problem we should be
Well, I
fixing?
mean,
Not in any of these locations. That's why we're stopping singing with where we're doing it. I mean, I was just looking for, I was looking for a little buffer. Maybe we do 125. Does that feel more palatable? Okay.
119 is what's left in the bond.
And then you have about 85.
Is that not my total? Did I not total it right?
You said 119.
What?
Where's $85,000 coming from?
It's reimbursable
Chips.
expenditures through chips. So if we spend $85,000 paving, we can, and then like next year.
Yeah,
they
but can
allocate
we
it.
use that CHIPS money to pay up some of the bond?
No,
No,
no.
you have to use it to get reimbursed.
Yeah, so.
They
like,
only-
if
No, I
she-
understand the way the bond, I'm
Yeah.
thinking is that they don't know that we took out a bond. The bond's like a loan, right?
Yeah.
So CHIPS gives us a check, we do it, and then CHIPS gives us a check for $25,000.
I mean, I
That's
guess you
gonna
probably
be,
could.
that's gonna go towards, we could pay off part of the loan for
Yeah.
$25,000.
Yeah, usually we have like a chips line item and we put the bill to chips.
Yeah.
And then we, because it's kind of usually planned ahead. So then you would just get reimbursed and then zero out that line item, sort of.
No,
thing.
I
Everything goes
understand,
on.
but if you don't use it all, you can use it to pay for part of the bond loan.
But if you
which
need
is
the
a loan.
roads paid, we have the bond for
Yeah.
the roads. That's what it's for.
You should
Yeah,
do
but the bond's a
chips
loan,
money
we have to pay the
then.
bond back.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's not like someone's giving us. bond
Right, but
money.
we've already budgeted for the bond payment.
Yeah,
That was why we raised the
So the
taxes
chips
last
money you
year.
get would just go back to,
So are you
That-
saying,
that
are you saying to
was-
like
yeah, we
not
get it.
do a
No
part
one's
of?
understanding what I'm saying then.
Or are you
Or
saying,
you're just
no, you could
trying
pay,
to
you could
to
pay off.
circumvent what I'm saying. I'm
No,
saying
we're
is
not
is
trying to
that
circumvent.
we
We're saying you
owe-
could
we
pay off
owe-
the bond early.
we have CHIPS
You could
money.
pay
How
off the
much is the
bond
CHIPS
early.
money? 85,000.
Yeah, we have 85,000.
We spend the 85,000.
And then pay off the bond early.
Is there a reason?
Yes.
Is there a reason to do that though? What is?
I don't know, so that we could take out a new bond, so that in 2 years, when we have to redo a bunch of other roads, we don't have this hanging over our head.
Well, this
Kind of
pro-
like,
This is a
kind of like
private
your house,
Yeah.
right? When you
So-
pay
I
off
wouldn't pay it
something
off
so that,
much earlier.
you could always pay it off early.
Yeah, it's a 5-year bond though, so.
Yeah, that's,
So
that's,
like 4 years from now, you can maybe.
yeah, so next year when we need to repave something and we don't have the money, it would be there.
So are you let me just to clarify, you don't think that these roads, we shouldn't pave these roads?
No, I didn't say that. I'm just saying is whatever you guys are talking about, she just, Jess just jumped in and said, well, we have an extra $85,000 for the CHIPS money, so.
Is
It's almost like we had to go down
let's
and
just go through.
instead of
How
saying,
much
well-
money do we have left in the bond that we allocated?
119,000.
Okay, so how much is this total?
119.
So we've got it.
And then we have CHIPS money, according to have
You could use it for
$85,000
a
in CHIPS
drain,
money.
you could use it for a road.
Chips can be used for other things. The bond money can only be used for road paving.
Only. We can't use it
I get that, but then the thing is can you apply to CHIPS and use that money that they give us to now pay off
the loan. You
the
probably-
bond loan?
I don't know, that just seems, I'd have to
That-
check on that.
That would seem logical. to
No,
me.
but we like.
Doesn't seem- my,
No.
my accounting mind
It's not a
doesn't-
grant, it's not a
doesn't-
grant,
You
right?
know,
Joe?
Yeah,
Joe?
my
So-
accounting mind doesn't, that doesn't.
You don't wanna-
Go
So
ahead, Joe.
not all bonds are, you have to have a bond that's what is callable. Not all municipal bonds can be paid off in advance, but there are payments that we make every year. So what you could do is whatever we get, probably you should count on 50% of the, I think it's reasonable to expect 50% of the chips back. Not, if you put in for 85,000, you likely won't get 85,000, you'll get somewhere between like 25 and 85. But what you could do when you get the CHIPS monies, you could put it in a reserve, a separate account and just hold it for when the bond payments are due and then make the payments out of that account. So it would be the same thing. I don't know if the bond can be paid in full, and I don't know if it can be partially paid in full. If we get like say 60,000 from CHIPS, so it wouldn't be enough to pay off the bond.
No, yeah, I know that, but like you said, then we could put that money in reserve.
You just put it aside.
So are we good with the road paving and we're gonna sort out chips or no chips down the road? Are we, yeah?
I guess, I mean, we all agree that we're gonna, right, we're paving these roads?
Yeah, I mean, we've been talking about, this was the other half of the first half that we started. So unless there's some objection to this moving forward, and if it's apples and apples and we're just swapping chips this way, that way, I think, we're gonna have money coming in from taxes that is already allocated. So that's the other thing that you have to consider is the money that's coming in that we allocated as debt service has to be to debt service. So that becomes another issue, no? The debt service money, because that was the thing. The money that comes in from that we allocated towards the bond can at that point only be used for debt service. That's how it was.
It can only be, the debt service, like the debt service that we collected in 2025, 26, can only
Be used for debt
It
service.
cannot be used for capital improvement.
Right.
What's
So-
that service?
It cannot be used for capital improvements.
Debt services, we committed when we did the bond. You got to help me with this because I might not have it right. When we did the bond, we allocated that $200,000 bond,
Yes.
5 years. What is that?
We have 40.
40,000. So $49,000, we have committed $49,000 of village income is going to go to debt service. So if that money comes in, we can't use it for other items. We have to pay the bond back or another debt. So it can't be used for capital expenditures.
Right. That's
So,
correct.
The
so
bond can't, the bond money can't.
No.
the money, the
The-
income that's
the
coming
income
in.
That we got from the taxes to pay, we assessed the homeowners to a certain amount, $49,000, because it's 40,000 plus 9,000.
With the interest, yeah.
We assessed the taxpayers, and that money is to pay off debt.
So we're,
That's a line item on the budget, which can easily be moved to another line.
it
It
can't
can
easily,
only be used for debt. It can't be used to pay the road, to do the roads.
Why?
It can't be used, it's a law. It cannot be used for capital improvements. It can only be used for debt. It could be used for debt, like to
Other
pay,
The car off.
Unexpected.
And on another
the
unexpected-
Snow removal, the huge snow removal. I mean, it could be used to pay the snow removal.
Why would snow removal be?
Because that's
okay.
not a capital improvement. It's a
Okay.
debt. It's not a capital improvement. This is what I got.
Okay, so they're classifying debt as everyday expenses.
Yes, and this is the information that I got directly from the accountant. And he,
But aren't you the accountant?
no, the outside accountant,
The auditors.
the
Oh, the
auditor,
auditors,
the
okay.
auditor.
So you think we'll get 80, you think we might
Well,
get
we can
80?
apply for up to 85,000.
but if
Just
you
so like
don't,
You
but
can't,
based
so
on-
we can't use it
But
the
based
road.
on our
We
recent
can't use
or
that money
past,
on
how
the
much do you think we might
chip.
actually get back from that?
No, the money
It
that we
depends.
assessed
Yeah.
to pay off
The
the debt.
year before,
You could use to sweep the roads.
We could use it for another, we could use it for another similar maintenance account. But
Drainage.
here's
Yeah.
here's
But
the
we
thing,
do- But
Need
we
a drain.
do-
But-
we
but-
do
but
kinda
if
need it
you-
for
you-
snow removal, just to let you know.
right, but
Just like-
chips,
especially as
chips,
of today.
chips has multiple, chips, this road, this bond for the road is specific to roads, right?
Yeah, only
Chips
for roads.
gives us more flexibility. So in my opinion, I would pay the debt with the money we allocated to pay the debt, and then use chips in however which way we need it, right?
You could use it for drains, you can use it, I've sent the speed humps and gotten those reimbursed, I've sent the speed signs.
Yeah, there's a lot of
gotten
different
reimbursed.
areas
Any
within
big
I like
chips.
that.
Any big
So-
patch of paving you've done,
So Judy, that money that's allocated to debt, is that a yearly allocation or
Yes.
is that allocated over the term of the bond
No,
already?
it's like 49.
It's
49,000 a year. We have
each
an
year,
amortization
it's
schedule.
allocated.
So
We
if
have
we did, but
$3.4
if we did get extra money in a fiscal year that we could put towards the bond, the payment of the bond, then we wouldn't have to allocate as much debt in that year.
No,
Right.
you have
We
to,
wouldn't have to
you're
collect
you're
that much, or
locked
would we
into,
have to
no,
each year?
Yeah. We have
That's
an
what I'm saying,
amortization
it's-
schedule.
So that's why I was asking more, so I didn't phrase it properly, but we're basically, based on the bond, we have $49,000 a year locked in, that's
We have 49,000.
that's allocated
Yeah.
each year allocated
Yes.
for the
What's that?
payment of the
What
bond,
did the
whether
budget
we,
for that?
I'm-
Wait, I'll tell you, 'cause I have it.
what do
but
you
then
need
we're
for
kind
that?
of playing like a guessing game with that 49,000 if we, right? Like if we're trying to pay back a portion, we can only use that 49,000 that's allocated for the debt payment to certain
So the
things.
bond, or
right?
in case something crazy happens, like snow goes way over it.
Yeah.
Like, you can't just say.
But I mean, it's limited, like if we, I mean,
Right.
to
Well, and
Dart,
that'd
I'm
be,
just trying to
you
say, because
know,
I like
usually
the
we're gonna
idea of
have to
paying
pay
down
off.
the bond, but if
Yeah.
we already have an amount of debt allocated to it every year, and what we can use that
What happened
allocation for is
this
limited.
year- This year, we have that in the budget.
Mhm.
But we don't have a payment to make.
Yeah.
That's why we can reallocate it.
Okay,
Next year, we will have to make that debt service payment.
Yeah.
So we won't, it'll be used for that.
yeah, I got you.
Are we
The
good?
tennis court
Oh,
would
and
be
then
a-
to
The tennis
answer-
court would be a, capital improvement, I assume.
Yes.
Yeah, so to answer your question, like.
Yeah.
This year, we didn't
40,000.
really do much to be able to send to them unless we do this, because the other stuff is through FEMA and you can't mix chips and,
Yeah,
but the year before I sent like $80,000.
yeah, I remember we got a ton, yeah.
That's
So
great.
it depends
It's
on
never know,
really
you never know what kind of mood. they're in.
what projects you're doing, you just don't know for sure until, you know.
So we're great, so we're moving forward with the 119, and then we'll like
Well, I think,
reassess
I
when
mean, I
chips
think
come
you
in
can
and see what we
yeah,
can
you
do
could
with it.
reassess what you want to do, how you want to do it, but I think, I mean, I would pay it with the money that's allocated, because then it gives you more flexibility with
Before you
chips.
even think about it, I'm gonna find out about the bond, if we can pay it in advance, just to confirm that. 'Cause if
That's
we
a good
can't pay it
idea.
in
Even if we
advance, then
can't
it's a
pay it in
moot point.
advance, I'm just thinking you can use,
I think in
you
general, I
could just use
mean,
it for those payments, you know what I'm saying? Like, you could.
We can't use the bond money to make the payments.
No, that would be counterproductive, because why would you take out a loan to repay it with the same money,
Right.
right? I mean.
Yeah.
I believe, I looked at chips, and I believe now, as Joe said, I think it depends on the terms of our bond, but I believe chips, when I looked at it, allows you to make payments against a bond in general.
I think you have to, I think,
But
I think,
it depends on- I mean, it
Judy,
depends on
why
the
don't
terms of
you,
our bond.
why don't you get with Joe and we'll get with Noah, right? Because the bonds have their own, we do our resolution, they have their resolution, they have their whole, I don't know what the word is, so I'm not even gonna try to butcher it, but they have their own payback process, and it's a whole thing, because this is what we spoke about with Noah to begin with this debt service. Why don't you two talk to Noah, and then we can address, bond usage going forward? That's a great idea. And I think, I mean, I think either, my opinion is either which way, we have the money there, let's pave the roads. Or are we in
Oh, no,
agreement?
yeah, I think,
Yeah, I think we're all in
that's,
agreement on
Okay.
that. I think we decided that a while ago.
Yeah, so I mean, how it gets how it gets,
How we use
how
the
it
chip money,
shakes
where that gets
out.
allocated, I think we
Maybe,
can
maybe
look at
I'll
it.
get you in touch with
Making it break down
the
earlier,
gentleman that we worked with. He's really nice and super knowledgeable. And then you could talk to him and you guys can narrow it down. No, what? Yeah, you probably, I think he actually knows you from something else, maybe. I don't know. I'm not sure if he's the one who was like, I know Judy Wallace. All right, so that's that. Moving on. All right, board appointments. So,
Sorry,
Jim,
before you move on, do you know when
Yeah.
that project's gonna start? That we're putting together
I'm
the
gonna
timeframe
give him
for it,
the
or-
okay tomorrow.
Okay.
Well, not tomorrow, because I'm not working tomorrow, but I'm gonna give him the okay Monday. And, he'll get us in the schedule. I got it. What's that?
Yeah.
A little bit.
Not a lot, but a little bit.
No, yeah, I'm just gonna give Steve the okay and tell him to put us in the schedule, and then I'm gonna make him sourdough.
Maybe like April,
You make salad.
Yeah.
right?
Yeah, you want a sourdough? I make great
April
sourdough.
probably the best
No.
time.
Yeah, it'd be better to wait a little bit.
Yeah, that's fine.
Snowing today.
Perfect.
It's wet, everything's wet, you want it to dry out a little bit.
Okay,
Mhm.
so I'll tell Steve to coordinate with you and that you both get a sourdough, okay?
Oh, look at that. You just talked yourself into a sourdough, Dave.
All right, perfect. All right, board appointments. So, Jim Radigan, the ZBA chair for many, many, many moons, has resigned.
No.
Yeah. So, I told him he has the spot if he wants to come back, but he has, got some stuff going on and he's gonna sit it
He's
out.
gonna finish out the year, right?
No,
No, he's been out for a few months. They just haven't had CBA.
yeah, he's been
You
out
gave him a few months,
more than that. It's
Yeah.
going back. This is
I think
going,
November, December.
Yeah.
So we told him to take his time because no ZBA's been planned for, 3 months or whatever. And then he, followed up with him and he gave his resignation.
so appointments, Gary Garofano is gonna go up from an alternate to a member. Kim Pope is gonna become an alternate. And Seth Goldstein is gonna become an alternate. Seth and Bill for planning have both asked, if we needed some fresh faces, so I thought Seth would be good for zoning. He and Kim will be the alternates and Gary will. Now Gary's gonna take over for Jim's term until 2029.
Yep.
Correct? Is that right?
He fills the term.
Okay.
You need to appoint a chairperson.
Well, that's the other thing that we have
Wait,
to
wait, so
talk
Gary's
about.
taking whose spot? Is he taking Jim's spot?
Yeah,
Yes.
but that doesn't make him chair. He's just taking his like 5.
You don't have to do it tonight, you could do it. in the
I
future.
think
Can
the
you
Z,
wait for that? Can you wait to, like you?
I just said,
talk
yeah, you
to
don't
all
have to
that?
do it tonight, you can do it in the
Okay.
future. Or do it tonight, it's up to you.
well, we could do it in the future because I think that unfortunately there's no one in zoning currently that is interested. I've tried.
Oh, okay.
So I think the next time zoning has a meeting, that might be a good place for them to vote on which of them they want to be chair because they're all a little reluctant. So maybe they can, draw straws.
Mhm.
All right. And then for
Good people that are on there.
yeah, they are. And then for planning board, we just had to add another alternate to reconfigure our current configuration. And
Yeah, we just decreased them to 5, didn't we?
Yeah,
So
we-
but you agreed to 2 alternates. You only had 1.
we
So
only
you
had
just
one
appointed another
alternate. So the Bill would be the second alternate.
who's the alternate?
Kendall
Bill
Parrish and Bill Jennings.
Bill Jennings. You're adding Bill Jennings?
We need a second alternate. Okay, so that's that for that. Now we can go
Whose
into,
terms are up in 2020 this year, do you know?
I can actually look quick.
Okay.
Trying to think. I don't know offhand, but I'll look at the org meeting quick.
what, you want me to look at
No, I
the
got
thing?
it.
I might have it.
Board of Trustees, the organizational meeting. Hang on a second.
I think I've got it in my email.
Yeah, I got it right here. So Jim Radigan, you want planning or zoning? Both. Okay, so planning would be Jim Radigan, well, Gary Garofano until 2029, Jacqueline Taylor until 2027, Janet Basile until 3031.
2031.
Yeah, 2039.
Not gonna do 1,000 years.
Karen Athanasiadis expires 2026, and Patty Whitmarsh expires 2028. So then you would have Lee Thompson, who took his spot? No, because you guys cut it down, so there's no other spot.
No,
That's it.
the other ones are
Okay,
alternates.
and then, so then the next one
For planning,
is.
you have- That was ZBA.
Yep, next one's planning. Chris Schneider, who's currently chair, expires 2030, but chairs are term 1 year. Rob Cronin expires 2027. Dean Rosenzweig expires 2032. Jeff Appleson expires 2028, and Jessica Worth expires 2029.
Okay, so they don't have anyone coming.
Oh,
Um,
And the alternates are
Which-
every
Just
year.
zoning.
so-
And the alternates are every year.
Yeah,
Oh, the
but
alternates
now,
are over here.
because it's a 5-member board, it's gonna go to 5-year terms instead of 7-year terms, because it used to be 1 person per year.
so Karen's the only one whose term is.
Yeah,
Karen's
Karen,
the
I've
one
been
that
on
does
this.
Yeah,
She's been on zoning
For the
board for.
alternates.
It's been on the board forever. She's really good.
Yeah.
Messed it up.
All
I would
right,
like to see, like, maybe her take Jim's spot.
We'll ask at the next
Her or
zoning board
Patty or
meeting.
someone that's been on there a long time would be good.
I don't, we'll see what they say.
strong arm one way or the other.
Yeah.
Joe will have to bring them.
Okay, so now, before we do the bid opening, I think we're gonna do the village budget and bid openings together. We could start with the bid openings.
Can I just mention something?
Yeah,
So I have a very brief report to do, but I'd like to make it, so what, I
go.
can make it at the end, okay. So we have, a couple things going on. You authorized me to start a lawsuit against one of the residents that owes $10,000 in taxes. So I went down to the 6th District Court and took care of that. So we should, have an answer from that person within a month. So we'll know what she's gonna be doing. And then we filed a judgment several years ago against the property. The property was in foreclosure prior to the judgment being filed. And the sale of the property, foreclosure sale of the property is expected in 2 or 3 weeks now, probably 3 weeks. So it looks like there will be, and I think the owner, I looked at the paperwork and I think the owner consented to the auction. So there probably will be an auction of a house in the village. In 3
And
weeks.
how do we, where are we in line for,
There's when I went through I took the time to go through all the papers that were filed in the case, and there's a question about whether or not they were filed correctly, so I may be making a motion to intervene. So basically, I'm asking you to authorize me doing a couple hours of work. I mean, it might be like up to 5 hours of work or something like that to try to.
I have to do a resolution to authorize you? Yeah, or do I just say, okay?
Just okay is okay.
All right, how does everybody else feel? Okay?
Yeah.
I mean, I'm not gonna waste money, but I'd like to at least. let you
Yeah,
know
I would like you
this is
to,
happening. And then we have a number of cases, 2 or 3 cases in the village court that have been pending with settlements, agreed to, promise, payments promised, things like that. So I'm expecting, hopefully, I mean, I don't want to jinx it, but I'm expecting hopefully a couple of those things will come in the next month,
okay,
this month, hopefully.
all right, cool.
Things have been promised, things are always promised, and then don't come to fruition, but hopefully we can resolve a couple of these favorably to the village.
Is the general question, is a village or municipality allowed to purchase a home for auction within its boundaries?
If you had a municipal purpose for it, you could, yes.
I was gonna say, this building was, so if you do it as a.
Would have to have, you said municipal purpose for it?
Yeah, you have to have a municipal purpose, and you could do that, yeah. One of the other thing about court, one of the things that's pending in court is a cleanup of a property, and basically it's my understanding, it was represented to the judge that a contractor was hired about 3 months ago, basically, to clean up, to do the cleanup that the village wants. We had photographs that were provided that were shown as to what needed to be taken care of. And then it snowed, basically, that was what happened, and I think it's not okay that it took until January to, for them to commit to that, but then they did, at least they represented to the court that they were going to take care of it, but then there's been a foot or 2 of snow on the ground since 2 months ago when they promised that. So I am on top of it. It's not something that we forgot, and they will, I'll make sure that it's taken care
No more snow.
of. Yeah.
Well,
We can't swing any more snow.
yeah.
No,
It's here.
that doesn't count. All right, so we've got two last items. They kind of roll into each other. So you guys have like dealer's choice, but I do want to say something first. So as far as the budget, I want to thank everybody here. Deputy Mayor, trustees, legal, treasurer, clerk's office, and Natalie, who's not here, because I'm happy to say that we are at the highest, what is it, unrestricted fund balance that we've been at in 10 years. So
That's great.
before we, but this is like a round of applause to everybody here, because this is a collaborative effort. This is everybody here having some fiscal responsibility and doing right by the village. So bravo, hats off to all of you. I'm happy to be able to say this on my last term. So congratulations, all of yourselves should give yourselves a round of applause.
And you too.
Now
you as
dealers,
well.
thank you.
Mayor.
Now dealer's choice. You guys want to do bid openings or do you want to do the budget? I think we should go over bid openings so we have numbers and then visit the budget. Yeah? Okay.
All right.
So landscaping.
All right, so we rebid landscaping. We got some results last week. We got two.
Wow, that's good.
So one is the original from Transforming Solutions. They came back, same exact numbers, $29,700, $3,300 a month for a 9-month season. And then we have a Leo and Camila's Landscaping Corporation, who is actually recommended to us. Daryl, the man on Van Brunt, is the one who, facilitated. He said, I have somebody who would want to bid, and they came.
Is that the fellow that I met?
The one you
The one
met.
that
You
came here.
you were
Yeah.
you were incapacitated.
No, Daryl, but the people he recommended came and met with Tina.
Oh.
I guess you were in Arizona, maybe, or somewhere. Okay. But, so she took him through the village and he came back, he did his a little bit different, but his total contract cost came in at $24,800. So a little cheaper. He did do his per month varies, but it's based off a spring cleanup, a fall cleanup, as opposed to taking that number and dividing it across 9 months. But it, it obviously includes the same thing.
So we got one additional one.
Yes.
Transforming.
We had like 5 requests, and then they were due, and we sit here until 2:00 because usually everybody rushes in at like 1:55.
So where did
and
someone
then-
find this? Because I actually reached out to you because I
Yeah.
had somebody that wanted to put it in.
It's in
and-
the newspaper, and then there's
And they're like, we don't even know where to go to get it.
it's always posted in the newspaper, and then some companies take that and then like advertise it, but they're like totally separate. I don't know who they are. What
But
they
where's
do,
the
but
art, like, where is, does it?
There's a
where's-
notice put in the newspaper where they request it from the clerk's office,
Okay,
They have to.
and then we have like a specific, like I think last time you guys.
so they really
identified
should have
it.
called you instead of me, this company that I had.
Yeah, or
Yeah.
they, when they see it in the paper, it says the clerk's office.
They didn't see it in the
hours,
paper, so
email.
like, I saw them and we started talking about it,
Yeah.
and then I'm like,
it's-
oh, I'll get you the information, and,
It was already like closed because.
I got it to you, yeah, whatever, it was over.
They have to, even if they're coming into you, they have to go through the
Yeah, to
clerk's
get all the
office because it
information and
has to
stuff,
be.
It all goes, because we track like what goes out, what comes back, We're here at 2:00, like slam.
So when
doors.
you tell them like what the areas are and.
It's all like written out, and then, and then they get a contract and.
Yeah, I
everybody
can
gets
see the
different
contract.
things. Yep.
One
So
of the
that's the
things-
two.
So that's good because that helps our budget on some level, Judy. So, I mean, I love Transforming Solutions, but if we've got $5,000 less,
Yeah.
that's a significant amount. Yes, no?
Yeah. I mean, I like transforming also, but.
I like them a lot. I
Yeah,
just,
there's,
it was a huge increase. And unless can we give them the option of matching that or no?
No.
I don't think so.
No, we can't, right?
well, Joe,
No, transforming is,
Their
Don't
increase
start
looks a little
trouble.
bit more reasonable now.
No, but can we, the question
That's
is,
what we were-
can we
No, I think that's-
offer them the option to
Yeah,
match
zero,
another bid?
yeah,
It's,
compared to-
that's why we have the bids closed, because it has to be
you can
with no,
negotiate with the lowest one, but you can't give somebody else the right to match it. No.
right, okay. So then what is the name of that company?
Okay, so that's Leo and Camila's. I was trying to say, you guys should do the resolution with the pending due diligence.
I have it.
recommend. if somebody maybe, I could call Monday, call them.
I'll do it.
Or you can even call the,
See the person that was driving around here?
Well, when I had the meeting with you,
Yeah,
the
so
fellow
was
that
a
I was driving with,
Nice,
yeah.
professional gentleman.
Yeah, he was actually
With
very
their
nice.
contract, we're gonna pay them the same amount every month, even though they quoted us different amounts every month.
That's not how they want to do it.
Oh.
Because they're looking for, I mean, I understand the logic behind why they're doing it, because if they're doing the spring and the fall, they're gonna have more staff, they're gonna have more bills. I'm not, as long as we pay them monthly.
I mean, it's easy enough for us to manage, match an invoice to what he quoted, like, I have no problem doing that, but if you guys want him to have to do it, it
No.
doesn't really matter, because it's 9 months, it all evens out anyway.
24,800.
Yeah, she get the money.
And what was the name?
This is Leo and Camilla's landscaping court. I mean, he does do Village of Patchogue, so I would
Oh, he
assume
does?
Yeah, he's got,
it's on his reference list, so I would assume when you call him, and he does, I guess, parts of town of Brookhaven, so,
And Sunrise Toyota.
And Daryl Rivera's house. Actually, in fairness, his stuff does. If you
Look
ever drive
good.
by, he has one of the nicer yards, so like, I don't know.
all right,
All right, so you're gonna go with them.
All right. Next one, what do we have, Jess? We
So
have,
this is the tennis court.
oh,
We received, well, actually quite a few. This had to get extended twice. I think we bid it out
because
in
of the snow.
January
Mhm.
for you to review in February, but then we had to extend it again. So in the RFP, there was two options. One was a pro cushion, which to my understanding is something they fill the cracks, cover over it, make it look nice.
It's,
And
it's,
then-
the pro cushion is the one, you know which one? It's like that soft spongier top. And if you want to see what it looks like, I actually went over there and looked at it. Stony Brook, the Stony Brook School
Has it, yes.
has it.
Yes.
It's nice.
It's beautiful.
So that was one option.
Everything they have there is nice. That's
Yeah.
where I run there. So
Oh,
their track is amazing there.
Yeah.
So when you see the
They're
pro
boarding
cushion
schools,
bids, that's
The boys
what
there.
you're
So there's the
looking at.
pro cushion.
And then there's the entire reconstruction, dig it up and start over because of the cracks. and
I like that
everything.
they gave us both.
Yeah, so L&D Bonina came in at $75,000 for the pro cushion, $166,000 for the court reconstruction. Another one, SFA, came in at no bid for the pro cushion resurfacing because they believe the court condition is not adequate for repair and they recommend reconstruction. And then their full reconstruction cost came in at $90,604.
So I did
And-
one question about the tennis court. Are we painting for pickleball too?
Yeah.
Oh, we are good.
Yep,
I
pickleball.
think you should.
I think we should too. I just
Yeah,
like to make sure.
I agree,
When the
yeah.
light, when the lines go in and then we go, oh my
If you're
God.
doing,
Yeah.
if you're doing reconstruction, you might as well make it so that it's usable for
For more
both.
people.
Yeah.
Even more
Yeah.
people.
So then, yeah, I think it's gonna be two pickleball
Like
courts, one on each
Two
side,
across, right? Yeah,
sideways, sideways,
Oh, you
same
do it
thing,
the
right?
opposite way.
yeah, like
think-
perpendicular
Yes,
to
I
the
think
tennis
that's what
court, so
they
you can
do.
two
I
courts.
have
But we're
to-
gonna do it,
At least that's how I've
yeah.
seen it done on some other
Okay.
courts, so.
It's
yeah.
good.
and,
It's less
and what's it
confusing for
called?
the
It's
pickleball
not
people, too.
PGA, because that's the golf.
It's
What's
the
the
US Open.
US Open colors, the blue and the green?
Yeah.
I like that.
So then the third bid you got was from United Paving Corp. They did the pro cushion at $110,000 and the complete court reconstruction at $93,500. And then we have, this one is from the Laurel Group. And so for their pro cushion system, they quoted us at $69,500. And
They're
you
the
can-
ones who did the one in Stony Brook, just FYI.
Yeah, and they're, like, you could see in theirs, they included pickleball lines, like Lou, all this is what was in the,
In the RFP.
Yep, and they didn't provide anything for
What's the name
the,
of them?
Laurel
This is the
Group
Laurel-
Or-
they didn't provide anything for the
Reconstruction.
reconstruction.
Okay.
They just did pro cushion. So, I mean,
And
if-
they're the ones who did the Stony.
Yeah.
Stony Brook.
I mean, if you're looking at everything, they are the cheapest if you want to go with the pro cushion. I mean, if you decided to go with the reconstruction,
Okay, so
then
I mean,
it's-
I
you
think
know,
I would definitely go with the pro cushion.
Mhm.
They do have to do a certain amount of resurfacing under the pro cushion. So the
Yes,
ones
yeah,
who
they
said
have
that it
to-
was,
level it and.
yeah, they have to do some level of it. So I tend to, I would love to see the pro cushion, even though I'm not a tennis player. But I think the first thing we have to do is decide, and we can go back to this with the budget, but we have some objections to the tennis court, so I don't want to skirt away from that, right?
I mean, I feel like I said what I said, and I'm the minority.
Well, it's not a
situation,
question of
so-
minority. I'm
No,
gonna,
you should say what you.
yeah, say what you want to say.
I
'cause
was
I
under the
just-
impression we were only paying $30,000 though. This was not,
Right.
we only allocated $30,000 to fix the tennis court.
No, we allocated $30,000 out of fund balance. The total amount was 80,000.
For the tennis court?
50,000 came from other accounts.
And then that would actually be 11,000 less.
Yeah.
They went with 69.
So we took, okay, so we took 50 out of the budget and we took 30 out of
Fund balance,
fund balance.
current year. And it's and that is not included in, that's separate. It's already, we had already had it in the budget that we had 30,000 that we were taking out of fund balance, and we just applied that 30,000 to the tennis courts. Or, well, to trustees park is what I,
I don't recall the tennis courts being a set decision. I thought that we were putting it out to bid to see what it was going to cost, but it seems like we already allocated money.
Well, I mean, let me speak to that, because guilty, because I had to give them numbers of what I saw, I had to give Natalie and Judy numbers of what I saw coming, so that they could formulate a budget. But as far as the tennis court, and I'm not sure if you were here, if you were a trustee, but in 2024, we actually did a resolution approving the tennis court based on the disrepair it was in at that time. And at that time, it was to the point where they weren't going to warranty it. Remember, we had that issue with the contract. So they weren't going to warranty it, and we were going to move forward anyway. But we had a vendor that never came back, didn't want to warranty it, didn't want to sign the contract, and the tennis court kind of rolled.
So he told us basically that it wasn't gonna work. You remember that, he said that, that it needed major reconstruction.
Right, because at the time
Otherwise, we were just wasting our time.
right, at the time we had enough money. We didn't have enough money to do any of this.
It was
We-
$80,000 then?
No, it was $19,000, but what they were coming and they were going to tape over the cracks and repaint it. All right, and none of the bidders were willing. They warranty their work to a certain degree, most of these contractors. Nobody was willing to warranty it because it was in such disrepair at that point. That being said, we wound up having to walk away from one contractor. He actually walked away from us. And then we rolled into now we started, I think God, I can't remember. Somebody's gonna have to help me. Were you on the board? You were, I
I
think
was
you
on the
were.
board.
So when was it? It was in the
June.
spring, right?
We started in March of 2024. I think we got bids. 2023, actually. I think
You guys were already
originally.
underway by the
And
time I
then
came
20
in July.
June
Okay.
of 2024, we had the last bid session.
I just don't remember it being this much money because
It wasn't. It wasn't. It was $19,000. Okay. And then from there was one bidder who had come in to repair and had suggested to me, you're never going to be able to, this tape isn't going to work because nobody would warranty it. And he said, you should look into the Pro Cushion. So the Pro Cushion was kind of like me saying, well, this is what they said, right? And this goes back. And then we had that storm and everything just,
That
That was 2024.
Yeah.
And
And-
it was like 2 months later, and you guys had kind of gotten bids a little late, so then you lost the contract, and you're like, what do
And we
do?
weren't going to start it in the
And then the
winter.
storm just came in.
So
everybody's-
I mean,
That was the end.
it was in bad shape in 24. So this isn't a topic that has been, just arrived. It's been an issue. We've had requests over the years from residents. And I think that we're in a financial position right now where we can afford to do it.
Are we gonna consider resident donations that have offered?
So the resident donation thing is actually, it's not legal for us to do it that way. I mean, the PCA,
So could they make the donation to the PCA and the PCA make the donation to?
they could, but how do you defend that?
No, you could, You can accept donations, you just can't solicit them directly from the village. Like the village can't go out and say, we're looking for money.
But PCA can say we're
But
making
you can
donations
accept
for
if somebody
these
wants to make,
improvements.
I'm sorry.
The PCA can say we're collecting donations for these improvements.
Yeah, well, often you have third parties get involved like that, but
The
the
friends.
village can accept donations and they're tax deductible. But I'm sorry, people should ask their accountant, confirm that with their accountants, they shouldn't give a tax opinion like that. But from my understanding that the tax deductible. And they didn't used to be, but anyway, so often what's done is for things like playgrounds and things like that, a third party, like a community association will get involved, for fundraising, but the village cannot solicit funds.
All right, but here's the thing, I mean, it would be nice to have money to offset it, but how do you defend that? When we have a good fund balance, right? We've put off fixing it for years, right?
Right.
And now we're gonna actually have residents tip in money for something that their tax dollars, we have their tax dollars here, and we're gonna say, well, we're not gonna use your tax dollars. We're actually gonna ask you to give us more money.
But then
But then it's
that
a
money is
donation.
allocated elsewhere to improve
Right.
something else. that
I mean,
their tax money goes to.
Any donations that are made to the PCA can say, listen, we're gonna give a $5,000 donation. We did it for the entry signs. $5,000 donation, and the village paid the difference.
So
It's
then
not
if
any
you want
different.
if you
I
want
got-
People on Facebook have said, I would like to donate money towards the village.
Well, I think
So-
they're also donating.
I'd like to just ask a question regarding this. What if the fundraising stalls out at say $10,000 or $15,000 and not able to do something to adequately repair it and the condition worsens and God forbid someone goes to play on it, gets hurt, and then sues the village? We either padlock the gates. or hope that-
We actually had to padlock the
So, I
gates in
mean,
the
you know,
past.
we
As I say, because I was down there on, what's today? I was down there the other day and it wasn't padlocked.
No, we
So-
haven't gotten to that
Yeah.
point yet, but we have in the past, the last time before we did the last tape over repair, it was in, I mean, we'd have to have somebody assess it. We'd have to have code go look at it. I don't know. But I mean, I don't know why we would, I mean, I don't know
Has
why we
anyone
would.
gotten hurt playing on the tennis court because of the cracks?
So nobody's ever complained to the village, but I've been down there playing pickleball with Alex when he did his little pickleball thing for 3
Yeah,
weeks.
that was last
And
year.
people have actually fallen. Well,
I
one
listen, I
person
don't
man
think,
did
I think
fall.
that the tennis court needs repair. I'm not
I
disagreeing
agree with that,
with
too.
that at all.
yeah.
I'm not even saying that this is a bad idea. I'm not saying that either. I think that there's a lot of people that play tennis and now pickleball. It's a great community thing to have.
Mhm.
My thing is people have actually said we want to donate towards this. Why would we say, no, that's okay?
Well,
We already got the money.
well, hold on a
I
second.
just don't get that.
It's not we, because people are saying that they want to donate it to, but they're not saying it to the board. They're saying it to the PCA, and it's a different entity altogether, right?
Yeah, but
So-
that's
so-
how the friends
so-
of, that's how we donate money.
Sure,
is to
and
the
I
PCA.
I think that if I mean, again, I find it hard to defend that we have the money to do it and we're gonna ask them. I would rather see if they want to donate, why don't they donate to something more like what we did, the PCA did with the benches and this stuff. This is a capital project. This is a capital project that we as a board are fiscally responsible for. So I'm a little hard pressed to figure out how to defend that when we have the money to do it. We have the money to do it. We have the money, and just to be clear, we have the money to do it that doesn't impact this at all. So we're at a 10-year high with money. We haven't done it over 3 years because we've been, well, we'll save money. We'll put money aside. We'll do it. Now we have the money that doesn't impact this, doesn't impact next year at all. And we're going to start doing collections or asking the PCA to do collections. I mean, if you guys feel like that's defendable,
It shouldn't be
I'm
on
open.
defense. We shouldn't be on defense because nobody should be on defense when they're asking a question of saying, if the village can save a little money, it's say you get a $10,000 donation, it's still costing the village $60,000. It's not like, this is not like, oh, it's costing $4,000.
So how does it look?
This is a big expense, $70,000 to redo the tennis court, okay? And the people that actually utilize it are saying, listen, we want to help make it better. I'm just saying is that this is not $7,000. This is $70,000. $70,000. I don't know. I would think that that's a lot of money.
Can I consider, how much are they talking about when they say that they would like to donate?
I have no idea. It's just somebody put it out there, and I guess that's the question. Is
So I mean,
do we even
I'll
entertain
donate
it?
$1,000 or I'll donate $50,000.
Right. I have no idea of that.
And I do
So-
just want to add in, like, if you guys, just say you wait 3 months to get donations, the season for tennis, you're gonna have to do the tennis court next year. This is what you guys.
How long does it take to research?
2024, well, you'll be in what month? You'll have to close the tennis court at like peak season kind of thing, and that's what happened, and you guys have decided against.
That's what happened.
Well,
last
again,
time.
the answer to the people that play tennis. First of all, how long does it take to redo that? Does it take 2 weeks? Because if we close it down for 2 weeks and someone complains, the answer is, wait, we're giving you a whole new tennis court for 2 weeks.
And would
You have to, sometimes you take one step backwards to go 2 steps forward.
Yep.
We did that because and I will let people know, it's costing $70,000 to resurface the tennis court, okay? So, listen, we found the money, we did this, we wanted to do our due diligence, making sure that we were fiscally sound for the village. You have to be inconvenienced for 2 weeks.
No, and you could say that, but I'm just saying, realistically,
It is what it is.
Well,
Yeah,
look,
but the question I think that is like, what
35,000?
if it's raised, right? Like if there's a fundraising period, right? And it gets to $10,000 in total donations, how are we able to apply that? I mean, if the village commits to it,
Well, the village is gonna commit anyway. It's
how are we up?
So part of the money that you allocated is from fund balance. And the things that you're talking about really aren't exclusive. I mean, you could approve doing this and then the people can still donate money. People can make
That's
donations.
what
Yeah,
if
I
they
think
want.
You
if
can
the,
just
if the
do it.
PCA wants to raise money for it and give us money for it, great, but again, it's a capital improvement. Every time there's a capital improvement, are you gonna ask the PCA to raise money? We're gonna raise money to like redo a seawall, to redo the beach. I mean, it's a capital improvement project. If we want to get a donation,
I don't have an
I think
issue with
that's
the
great.
PCA contributing to this. My issue is with stalling a season, waiting for that to happen. When we can do it now.
A season. I actually don't disagree with Joe. I just think that I'm not sure why you wouldn't even pursue that.
No, I think it's great. What I would like to do is approve it and see what the PCA can contribute.
But
Yeah,
the board-
my
the board-
comment
we're not supposed to be
is
soliciting
not, my
that, though,
comment
right?
is not,
We're not supposed to be soliciting.
We're not
that, right?
soliciting
So this is
it.
like an idea. If the PCA outside of this meeting and this discussion wants to raise money for the tennis court, to Joe's point, it can
So
run
you know what
concurrent
would be
with us
great?
also moving
Why don't
forward with
we,
the-
why
with the
don't we,
project.
what I think,
Have to take out of the fund balance.
what I think, wait,
Yeah,
let me
and-
just,
and let me just say, my comments are not dissuading anybody from donation. I think, like, yeah, again, the same point. If you can get a donation, the PCA wants to do that, I think that's helpful. There, you can't say it's not helpful.
I think
if
it's
there's money
great.
coming in, but I don't think that the project should stall to wait for what that number is.
well,
Yeah,
how
yeah.
about,
Listen,
Yeah.
I think they're running
Does,
on, I was saying the exact
yeah,
same thing.
I
Perfect.
Now, it's.
so
No,
here's
I-
a way, so here's a way to do it. We commit to doing it, right? And we don't do the pickleball stripes, we don't do the striping.
No,
We
you
hold,
have to do that.
no, hold off on it. And that's what the PCA might want to fundraise for. The netting, the equipment, the pickleball striping, that could be $10,000.
I think that's a bad idea, because now you're saying that you're doing the tennis court for the tennis players, and you're saying, well, if you want to play pickleball, let's raise money for that. I think that's not.
So
nice.
what, so
I
I
think
guess,
it's-
I guess the thought is, let's put it to a vote. Who wants to move forward with the tennis court and who doesn't? Because we have to come up with a budget. We have to do it now, right? So, I mean,
Do we have to do it now, or could we talk to the PCA first?
for this year, we could talk to the PCA. We could.
Well,
Because it's not for the new budget. For
No,
the-
it's not for the new budget, it's for this budget.
This year. It's
Yeah,
in-
so,
it's
so
not
why
this
don't
year.
why don't we
The
see,
funds are there, if the PCA doesn't wanna do it, you know, if they
You just
can,
need-
or if they don't get that.
so why don't we
um,
do that? Why don't we
depending
come
on
up with a
how much they
cutoff
get.
line? I think
That's
that's
there.
I think that's a fair shake, right?
I think the thing is to find out how long this takes and when we can get on the schedule, right? Because you want to do it there probably is a weather issue.
So
They
are
probably
we
wanna do in
approving
May,
it?
though, right? Because they want to do it before Memorial Day.
And if it's this year, you have to have it done by, May 13th.
So are we gonna
Oh, you do?
approve it
Oh,
in
yeah. I thought it was-
tandem with
Yeah, you
asking
can
the
do it June
PCA?
31st.
Does that work? We approve it in tandem with asking the PCA if they want to fundraise? How does, I
If
mean,
it's 100% moving through the tennis court, then yeah, I guess I would. agree with
I mean,
that.
I'm just gonna put my 2 cents in. I'm 100% feeling that we have whether the PCA can fundraise for it or not. I don't mind waiting a month and a half and scheduling so that the PCA has an opportunity to fundraise for us if they want to. I think that would be a welcome opportunity that we shouldn't pass up, but to actually not move forward with the tennis court and before this season, when the village, if the PCA isn't able to fundraise, the village, this board has the money for it, I think that would be a disservice to the residents. I think it would.
My biggest question throughout this all was how, and I'm all for obviously village improvements and I'm for the tennis court improvement. I just didn't realize this became top priority for the village when it's a novelty item in the village, not a necessity.
I do think there's a safety.
But how's it a novelty if it's being utilized as a recreational activity, as a capital improvement? That's no different than anything else in the village.
Right,
How's
but
it
it's
a
not
novelty?
something that is, it's not a need for residents in the village to,
But then what's a need then that it needs to be replaced?
The
by?
roads.
roads.
But we've got
I mean,
roads.
But isn't it our responsibility as a board to
All right, so let me
go
ask
between
this, how does the
two?
tennis court differ from the boat ramp, which is in equal condition?
The boat ramp's actually still usable.
I mean, for the last 2 years, it's really hasn't been.
Well, I mean,
But nobody-
do we
But
have,
again, people have complained about the boat ramp. not
okay,
being
so
accessible.
I think, I mean,
I'm just throwing that out there.
No, the
I just-
boat
I
ramp-
don't-
But
Again, I'm all for the tennis court.
this
I
is
just didn't realize
also
it was
something that's been
top
worked on
priority.
for like over a year and nobody's ever said no to it. And now you're throwing like the boat
But
ramp
we
out
worked
here.
on it for over a year in what way? Because.
Twenty-
And we've
2024.
allocated funds to it and we've gotten bids for it.
At 19,000.
At 30 plus, we got bids for these as well, but we just said no at the time because we wanted to try and resurface it.
We're taking $30,000.
how much is the boat ramp?
But it's already out.
No,
Don't
we're
have
taking it out
answers
of
for that
fund balance, which means
But it's already out.
we never budgeted for that. We're coming out of fund balance because it wasn't.
But we're
No,
not,
the-
it was already
the-
out.
The budget had 30,000 allocated, not, when the budget was prepared, it was not specifically for the tennis courts. When we did the reallocation last month, 50,000 was specifically allocated for you guys, well, me, and you guys approved it for the tennis courts. Because when I did my
For
budget
50 For
reallocation,
$50,000.
50,000.
Right.
And it was discussed that the 30,000 that we have not used yet, that was already allocated from the fund balance for the year. would also-
I mean,
But that, you know, that,
It doesn't matter. It's
the reason that we have, let me just say this, the reason that we have a fund balance is for needed items. So I think everyone in this room is on the same page that the tennis court needs to be repaired, right? So, I mean, I'm all for fundraising. I'm just going to speak my opinion because I think we're going to have to vote on this. I'm all for fundraising. I'm also all for getting this done this year. I think that the best thing to do is to approve it and then give the PCA 6 weeks and schedule it for after that
You
point.
need to do that. You just have to go to the PCA with the next meeting and just say, this is brought up. And if they want to put out a thing, anyone that's, the tennis courts.
We
are
just
being
have to-
redone,
we just-
Anybody that would like to contribute.
That's,
That's it.
I think that's great.
And again, even if you get 5,000,
Yeah,
You know,
it
I mean,
offsets this number.
obviously.
Yeah.
you know, because it just because people, I guess, open that door up, because that's the last thing I was thinking of fundraising for the PCA, but
Hey, if it works, it works.
Right.
I
Exactly.
honestly, I don't play tennis and I don't play pickleball, but I have seen, and I mean, I have in the past, I played pickleball in the past. So but I've seen, we've all been down there and seen there is a large turnout when pickleball was in full swing, and I think that with new, refinished and reconstructed court, the main point here for me is the safety concern, because again, if it continues the way it is and, it breaks up anymore and someone goes on there and plays and gets hurt and it becomes a legal issue for the village, I think if we have this already set aside and we've already talked about it and it's been a project for this long and we're this far down the road, I think there's no question, you have to move forward with it. And then if you get some money back through fundraising, that's a bonus.
Yeah.
But
And
we,
we've all agreed
yeah, I
on
agree.
that.
All right,
I think that's,
so-
I think that's fine, yeah.
We're good.
Yeah.
The tennis court,
We
just,
want- we want-
so let's pick what number. I mean, to me, it's 69,550, 500, because that's the lowest number I'm looking at. Unless we want to resurface it. I think we should try the cushions. I think the cushions are
And I'm just
great.
gonna say one more thing. This isn't any different than if the swing sets broke or something in the swing set portion got broken, we want to fix it.
Right.
It's the same thing. It
Yeah.
just costs a lot more money
Yeah.
than buying a new
Absolutely.
seat.
Right. And as far as,
I agree with
and
that.
Ray, not to discard the boat ramp. If the boat ramp, the commissioner didn't report the boat ramp as being an issue, but if you feel that the boat ramp is an issue and you want to get numbers on that boat ramp, let's look into it. One is not mutually exclusive. The fact that we have to fix the tennis court does not mean that we do not have to fix the thing. We're supposed to spread it around, right? And there's nothing to say that we can't also address it. Do you want to take that up? Now, because what I would do is I would tentatively get pricing to see where it falls, where the repair cost will fall. You're talking about the one in California?
Yeah.
So I would look at where the repair cost falls, get like one number, and then that'll determine whether we need to put it out to bid or
Just
not.
let me know whatever the number is, and I'll tell you if it needs to go to bid.
Yeah, and then we can put,
Repair? I'm not sure what's,
Where is it damaged?
that's what I'm asking, like, can it be
I mean, it's
repaired or
covered
can
up,
it be?
but that's an issue with this, we've got some stones and the washout, but
And
is
Dave
it,
now
I mean,
knows to just clear it up.
is it
right away.
damaged though? The boat ramp
I mean, it was
itself?
damaged from previous storms.
But it was washout under, I'm talking about the actual physical pieces of the boat ramp that cars roll on.
Right.
you
It's
think they need to
impossible
be,
for cars
you think they
get
need to,
down.
it needs to be resurfaced?
I mean, it just needs to be reconfigured. I don't know if the old slat, concrete like slabs with sand and stone. all
So
in
why don't we
between
look
might not
into
be
it?
The best.
So I mean, like, let's
Yeah.
not, I mean, I didn't think the boat ramp was in that bad shape, but
I just know
I don't
people
bring
complained about it in the past.
so then I think we should look into it.
and
Yeah.
It was just something
Right?
to throw out there.
No, I think that's,
If there's an issue, look into it, and I think that everything should be on the table. I mean, if there's a problem.
and
it's
if
affecting
the
people's usage,
PCA, if the PCA is not interested in the tennis court, they'll fundraise for the boat ramp. We can do multiple fundraising. They can do multiple fundraising. This board has to stick to what we can do here, right?
Mhm.
Okay, all right. So, snow removal.
69,500.
Wait.
Oh, 69,000. Let's tell me what the tennis court,
And I can send you one.
is it Laurel Group?
Yeah, Laura, 69,500.
Yeah, well, yeah. Okay, I'm sorry. Yep, Laurel Group at 69,500, and we'll schedule the work like May 15th or something.
Yeah,
Yeah, I think that's the best.
that's
time to do it.
perfect.
Right
Before Memorial
Day.
Day.
Yeah, I think that's a great.
Okay. Snow removal. Let's do that bid.
Oh, snow removal, we had a lot of interest,
Oh, good.
and we had one person come with their bid.
Another one like that? I can't believe it.
I don't know. I sent out like 10 bid packages to people, and I sat there again waiting until 2:00 because usually it's like mad dash, everybody comes in at once. And we got one from the current company servicing the village, Transforming Solutions. And for,
Wait a second, is that the guy that?
Stop it.
Okay, wait, I'm sorry,
Transforming
It's
Solutions,
right
he's
here.
currently servicing the village.
Yes,
so
I,
this is snow.
this
the
one,
one
yeah.
bid.
Oh,
The one
one
that's
bid?
a bid form up top.
Yeah.
So, this is for like 2 snow seasons, a year and a half, whatever. You can see his pricing, that's a rate per hour. He said that he kept it the same, but I didn't compare it to the
Because
previous.
it's the same, what does it
I
compare
didn't
to?
double check. But it's the only one we came in. You guys always have an option of,
Is this, just to be, is their bid independent of their,
Yes.
okay, like they'll take the job, even
Oh,
if they
yeah.
like
Yeah.
it?
Yeah.
Okay.
they're not gonna say no
Okay.
to snow.
Oh,
So they
And,
came in at the
yeah,
same
I didn't know
number.
if, like they
Yeah,
offset some of the
yeah.
landscaping or the snow with the landscaping.
So they're,
Just-
they came in at the same number as what they've been servicing us for the last three years.
Yeah, and I'll say
They
from
did do a good job.
working on snow, he is super responsive.
He did do a great job this year.
Big storm, he was
He did a
texting and
great
calling
job.
2:30, 3:30 in the morning. I mean, he is on it the whole time. I mean,
I would give it to him. I would, if they're keeping the numbers, I think it's a no-brainer. Jess, Transforming Solutions, but I don't have a dollar amount for the resolution.
Can we just do,
At
at the rate as outlined in the bid
yes,
form,
yes,
right?
we can do that.
For the 26 and 27 season.
All right, so now,
Wait, we budgeted,
For next year,
Yeah, for snow.
45,000.
and so what's he coming in at? 'Cause he gave it to us.
It's
per
just,
hour.
it's
Per
always
hour.
per hour,
Yeah.
and then what you
Oh,
guys do
right,
is you
okay, right. And if there's
decide.
no snow, we're ahead of the game.
The one that you
Snow,
can
then
change.
you
Is,
deploy them when
landscape.
have to.
when you're
Yeah.
ready.
Yeah,
Yeah,
that's true.
this
You made
year
it up.
was
I wasn't
obviously,
thinking for a second.
And then that's what's on a separate line item on your tax bill, so it really doesn't affect, tax rates and budget and all that.
the only
It's kind of separate.
reason,
Look at us getting through this.
the only
Yeah,
reason
all
this
right.
year, you know.
All right, so then we covered tennis court, we did our bids. Is there any last comments? Does anybody have anything on the budget that they want to throw out besides what we discussed here tonight? Everyone good?
So Natalie did send around the worksheet we did. She did rounded every single number and sent to make sure everything, matched exactly perfectly. Obviously, landscaping will change a little bit, but,
So here's the
So
one,
you
here's,
guys are good with us rolling forward with those numbers to go to the public?
Okay,
What-
so wait a minute. So now that we have less money in landscaping, we can allocate that money to somewhere else.
Yeah, or you could take.
or we
less
could
from the
take, or
reserve,
we could take
Or
less
the
from the
fund
Let's take
reserve.
less from the reserve. That's a good idea.
Right, so we'll have Judy or Natalie can update that because
Yeah,
then
so
the next.
24,800 is.
No, but if we take less from the reserve, then the increase, would this increase stay the same or the increase would change?
It would be
With
the stay the
it would
same,
stay
you
the
take
same.
it
You
out.
would just be pulling, I don't remember the number offhand.
Yeah, we
I think you were
had,
pulling 20,
we
30.
had
32.
32,000.
yeah, so you were pulling
32,
30.
so we pulled
We were
27.
taking 32,000 from the fund balance, so we'll take less than
Yeah,
whatever
take
this
the,
is.
less than the difference. So we'll have Natalie.
So we're still gonna pierce the tax cap. Everybody still is in agreement to pierce it up to 5%.
Yeah.
We're gonna give them the tennis court to show for it, right? And then we're gonna,
With this year's.
right?
Yeah, we
Yeah.
definitely, that's why I want to make sure that we're still doing that.
Yeah.
'Cause we did a lot of great
Yeah.
capital
So-
improvements. over
So,
the last
and then the
year.
rest, we're gonna make the adjustment on the reserve.
It addressed a lot of things.
Great, all right.
All right, so the next step for that, just so you guys know, it's final. We're making it public.
Mm-hmm,
Next month, the
Perfect.
public hearing where you guys are gonna approve it or, whatever.
all right.
Okay.
Joe, you're excused.
No, hold on.
He's gotta get out of here.
So what is happening is we just approved the tentative budget
Tentative,
Yeah,
and we'll set a hearing date.
yes,
Yep.
that's what we're doing.
which is April
16.
The day after tax season.
All right.
Oh, you're gonna be a great one. We're gonna have to take you out for a
Oh, my
drink.
God. All right, Joe, thank you very much.
Well, that's our next meeting.
Yeah, April
April
16.
Okay, that will be the hearing for the budget.
Yeah, and that's what, the public is from.
Okay,
All that fun stuff.
all right. So that motion to adjourn the work session at 7:23 PM. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
All right. Anybody want to take a break or can we just roll
You
in?
guys keep going.
Let's rock and roll.
All right, let's rock and roll. Motion to calling the Board of Trustees business meeting to order at 7:23 PM. So moved. All in favor? All right, let's do the pledge.
We spin around.
Yeah. Pledge allegiance
To
to flag of the United States of America and to the republic of which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Okay, announcements. The 2026 village election will take place on Tuesday, June 16th. There will be 2 four-year trustee positions and 1 four-year mayor position. Nominating positions will be available at Village Hall beginning March 31st and due by 5 PM on May 12th. The village is requesting that anyone interested in being an election inspector that day contact Village Hall. The village is now offering alerts and announcements via text message. Please visit the Village of Poquat homepage to opt into this convenient way to receive important updates, emergency notices, and village announcements directly on your phone.
I think that it'd be very important to publicize that.
I'm going to do that. I've had a hell of a week.
No. I'm not
Yeah.
asking you to do it tomorrow morning. I'm
Yeah,
just saying is that
I absolutely will. I actually have
nobody's gonna know.
No. I
I
actually
think you
have language on it that needs to be adjusted because it's saying that you're accepting promotions.
Okay.
And I have tech support, trying to eliminate that because it's not promotions, it's actually announcements. So, okay, anyone public comments? Do we have any public comments? Any callers with public comments? No? All right. Board updates. The planning board met on March 9th, 2026 for continuation of the public hearing for the dock application for 9 Chestnut. The zoning board of appeals did not meet in February and there is no meeting scheduled for March. Forthcoming schedules will be available online. Court report, Darlene.
There were no open cases and there was no cases closed and there was no money collected.
All right. Treasurer's.
That sounds like a great night in order.
Treasurer's report, Judy.
Okay, so, in reviewing the financial statements for the period ended, 2/28/26, I will note that most of the accounts are within budget due to the budget reallocations that we made last month. The one line item to note that has greatly surpassed the budget allocation is snow removal. We are projecting that this line item will end the year at approximately $98,000, which is $68,000 over the budget.
Ow.
We will be able to apply the amount allocated from debt service against this line item because that is debt, not a capital improvement. So that will alleviate some of it. That's like $40,000. There's other areas that we can move some budgets around at the end of the year so that will be covered. We also do have
The snow reserve.
the snow removal. We have one of the New York class accounts, $58,000 balance, and that is specifically allocated for snow removal. So it will be covered. It's not an issue.
Okay.
I anticipate that the village will end the year in a surplus position, even with the large snow removal expenditures.
Not too bad.
And that was working with.
Hats
the
off, gang.
projections.
Public safety report.
Can we just go back to snow for a second?
No, we don't want to go back to snow, Dave.
All right.
All right, go ahead. Go back to snow.
There's an expression, they say there's no go for snow, but apparently this year there is go for snow.
Yeah, there
You need to check with Steve.
All right.
I'll check with
We'll make a
Steve.
note.
I'll
I
check.
don't know what that means.
I'll check with Steve.
Bread.
Yeah, I got it. Now that's two sourdoughs, right? All right. Public safety
So
report.
there's a note for Tina to bake Steve bread. Yeah.
I don't know what that is.
Steve's the supervisor of Brookhaven for paving and roads
And I make him bread all the time.
and all the chief, whatever he is.
The
guy-
The guy we talked about before that Tina makes bread.
All right, public safety report.
House check report, this is public safety report from February 12th to March 12th. House checks requested there was 6, incident reports there was 4, 1 automatic fire alarm, 1 burglar alarm, 1 property maintenance violation, and 1 was for information. Property maintenance, there was 1. Number of code violations that are open or pending court compliance is 1. Parking violations addressed, there were 4. Field appearance tickets, there was 3 for rental code violations issued. Special event permits 2. Directed patrol stayed steady at 8. Building and zoning violations were 2.
All right.
Thank you, Dave.
Any public hearing? No. Skip.
Nope.
Resolutions, you guys ready?
Right.
Let's rock and roll. Resolution 03-2026-01, resolution adopting March 12th, 2026 agenda as printed. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Resolution 03-2026-02, resolution to schedule the Village of Hope Lot Board of Trustees April 2026 work session meeting beginning at 6 p.m. on April 16th, 2026, with business meeting to immediately follow. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Resolution 03-2026-03, resolution accepting the monthly reports from February 12th, 2026. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Resolution number 03-2026-04, resolution adopting the minutes from the February 12th, 2026 work session of the Board of Trustees meeting. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. Resolution number 03-2026-05, resolution adopting the minutes from the January 15th, 2026 work session of the Board of Trustees meeting. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Resolution 03-2026-06, resolution to approve the following appointments for Zoning Board of Appeals. Gary Garofano to fulfill the remainder of Jim Radigan's term effective immediately through 2029. Seth Goldstein as Zoning Board Alternate effective immediately through July 6, 2026. Kim Pope as Zoning Board Alternate effective immediately through July 6, 2026. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Resolution number 03-2026-07, resolution to approve the following appointments to Planning Board. William Jennings as Planning Board Alternate effective immediately through July 6th, 2026. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Resolution 03-2026-08, resolution appointing Andrew Graham as Deputy Building Inspector effective February 1st, 2026 at the per project rates as follows. Plans and first inspection, $250. Subsequent standard inspections, $250 per inspection. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Resolution number 03-2026-09, resolution awarding the bid for landscaping for the period of 2026 to 2028 to Leo and Camilla's Landscaping Corp. In the amount of $24,800 as the lowest qualified bidder and subject to favorable qualifications and reviewed by mayor and trustees, and authorizing the mayor to execute the contract.
Hang on, let's just fix the 24,800, just a correction, per year. Per year. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
Resolution number 03-2026-10, resolution awarding the bid for snow removal for the period of 2026 to 2028 to Transforming Solutions in the amount of, now it's a per hour rate.
No,
You just
in-
as
in-
outlined in
As
the.
outlined in the bid form.
Yeah.
As the lowest qualified bidder and subject to favorable qualifications and reviewed by mayor, trustees, and authorizing the mayor to execute the contract. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Is it me?
Yeah.
Wow, we're back. Resolution 03-2026-11, resolution awarding the bid for tennis court repair resurfacing to Laurel Group in the amount of $69,500 as the lowest qualified bidder, subject to favorable qualifications and review by mayor, trustees, and authorizing the mayor to execute the contract. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Resolution 03-2026-12, resolution directing Clerk Botany to schedule Murphy's Marine Service, Inc. to open the dock for the 2026 season. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Resolution 03-2026-13, resolution authorizing the town of Brookhaven to repave Harris Street, Silver Beach Court, and Singlewood from Washington to China Lane in accordance with our intermunicipality agreement with total cost not to exceed
125.
$125,000. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Resolution number 03-2026-14, resolution to accept cyber insurance rate from cowbell in the amount of $2,034 effective March 17, 2026 through March 17, 2027. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. Resolution number 03-2026-15, resolution directing clerk to schedule and notice accordingly public bids for village drain cleaning. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Resolution 03-2026-16, resolution directing clerk to schedule and notice accordingly public bids for pothole repair. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Resolution 03-2026-17, resolution directing clerk to schedule and notice accordingly public bids for street sweeping. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Resolution 03-2026-18, resolution directing clerk to schedule and notice accordingly public bids for tree trim. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Resolution number 03-2026-19, resolution approving MSW Automotive to perform repair and maintenance of code vehicle in an amount not to exceed $2,100. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. Resolution number 03-2026-20, resolution directing Clerk Patani to schedule and notify accordingly a public hearing for the proposed fiscal 2026 through 2027 budget at the April 16, 2026 Village of Popehunt Board of Trustees meeting. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Resolution 03-2026-21, resolution setting the village election for Tuesday, June 16th, 2026 for the positions of one mayor and two trustees for 4-year terms, with voting to be held at Village Hall, 45 Birchwood Avenue, Setauket, New York, Poquot, New York, 11733 from 12 p.m. until 9 p.m. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye. Real quick, settle cut resolution, are we adding that?
Yeah, we'll put it on next month. They're not going to have it, are they?
They sent the request already.
Okay.
I forwarded that.
So
to
hang
you.
on, we'll do resolution, resolution 03-2026-22, resolution extending the Settlecott kelp farming on village waters agreement for another year. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Okay.
Josh?
Oh, me, sorry. I was
Yes, you're up.
I was trying to write down that resolution. Okay, so first up, we have our FNBO credit card and it has duplicated Pro for $89, Mount Sinai wheel alignment for $194.89, pirate ship for $4.85, and USPS for $166.48 for a total of $455.22. Next, we have Bond Shonik and King for $1,297, Town of Brookhaven Highway Department for $7,681.27, and Wex Bank for $186.45 for a total of $9,165.42. Next, we have Flynn Stenography and Subscription for $569.80. We have Time Speak and Record for $153.73. And Verizon Wireless for $101.14 for a total of $824.67. Next is our Amazon account, and for a total of $85.67. All right. Next we've got Axe for $125. Lucas Cleaning for $1,040. Construction Technologies is $195.15. Paul Edelson for $250. GEI Consultants for $5,694.50. Optima for $135.11. Joe Prokop for a total of $2,231.25. PSEG Long Island for $620.87. PSEG Long Island again for $14.13. Small Business Management Solutions for a total of $543.70. Sweezy Fuel Co. for $683.43. Time Speak and Record for a total of $471.10. Transforming Solutions Corp. for a total of $2,737.50. Wellsback Electric for $1,468.20. And Winter Brothers Long Island for $12,276. For a total of $28,485.90. And then you just have your, outstanding tax payments and stuff.
All right, let me read that last one because I forgot what we were doing for a second now. Resolution number 03/2026-23, resolution approving all checks per the voucher report. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Motion to adjourn the meeting at 7:38 PM. So moved.
Second.
All in favor?
Aye.
Nice.
Before everyone skedaddles, did everybody sign the